So today we're going to talk about everyone's favorite team, Sentinels, because they played some games and they won. And we're going to take a look at the game on Split versus MxS, and we're going to start off with the very first pistol round.
Moving the sponsors to the right so you can see the chat, bro. Like, this is free entertainment. You guys realize that, right? All right, we're live. Let's go. Pistol round. Zealous is on his own. Can we cut the music, please? Thank you. That was fast. Holy. Okay. Oh my god, Mod is flying. Thief's flying. Wait, Thief's on Riz. Okay, 5v4. This is chaotic right now. Dogs are flying in. Zekin's got one on the side. Moving in. Swarm. Attack. 13-0, mark my words. I'll bet money. 13-0. Someone take it.
So let's break this down then, and this is going to be a fast B hit from MxS. And the rounds that we're going to look at will be to do with B here. We're going to talk about Sentinel's problems with defending B main, but we're also going to talk about how, well they did in some of these rounds in terms of fast flood retaking on B as well. So let's talk about Sentinel's defensive setup to start. Obviously, they've got this trap play here in mid with the camera looking down here. The camera sees someone, you're going to stun, you're going to raise nade across here, you're going to sky flash out here, double swing, hopefully get a kill, all of that. But obviously what that means for the rest of their setup is we're playing retake on A, and we're playing kind of for this fast flood here on B. And I'm guessing that Sentinels would say, if this camera doesn't see anyone on a pistol round, you guys, just cross through mid, right? Get there as quickly as you can. And for MxS here, what they're doing obviously is this fast B hit. They've got, and this was the Viper setup they were doing throughout the game, was the DRX setup with the wall across here. They're going to come and throw a Viper orb over here towards B main as well. And, that's going to come up in some of these rounds, as we'll see. But let's dive into what actually happens in the round. And the first thing here is this one-way, right? And this was a one-way that Sentinels were throwing a lot, right? And you can see that MxS in this round, they just walked past it, right? Already, we've just walked past it straight away. And this is the thing that I think with this one-way, particularly on a pistol round, is you kind of can't do it without committing more, I think, right? You've got to commit some kind of flash or some kind of nade in here as well, I think, on a pistol round, because otherwise there's just no way that with a like you're not spraying them down with a classic and killing them, right? Like, they're going to get shots back at you in this round. So this one-way for me on a pistol round on your own, probably not the best way of playing this, especially with everyone else kind of towards mid. But then we start to see the exec start to fly in, right? So we're going to get the smoke here from Zealous, but here's this Viper orb I'm talking about. But you can see already how quickly Sentinels, here's Sassy crossing across mid. You can see how quickly, they've managed to get here already. And now let's take a look at MxS's, kind of way they exit this site, because I think it is quite interesting. So you can see right there, we've got the Omen Flash coming down this way. You're going to get a Sky Flash coming out this way. Obviously, one benefit of this Viper orb that they have is that you could come out this way, you could come out this way, right? You have a bit more of a choice, perhaps, than you would otherwise. But the way that they decide to do this is they send the rays out this way. As you can see, they send the jet up towards the kind of back of the site. Now, on a pistol round, for me, this probably isn't the best way of doing that, and we'll see why, in my opinion, because again, to me, on pistol rounds, you want to stick together. You want to play as a group a lot of the time, right? And so sending these duelists out, kind of one out this way, one up this way, you're just kind of isolating them, away from each other, and that's fine on like other rounds, but particularly on a pistol round, I think it's probably better if we sent them together, and we'll see the, the side effects of that. The Thief ends up just in a bad spot here, where he essentially ends up in a 1v3, right? Like, look at the map, right? He just ends up completely on his own, and if defenders do decide to do this and kind of, know what they're doing and stick on one side instead of the other, then, you're gonna just end up with this here where Thief dives. So if I was saying to MxS, like, how would I do this instead? I'd probably say, send the jet and the rays one way. Could be either, but let's just say they go this way to start off with, right? Send them that way, and both these, both this Omen Flash and this Sky Flash is still fine for doing that. Send them up the top, make them clear all of this, and then your third man in, who's probably your Viper here, coming through the orb, then comes out this way, and then the goal is that, your duelists here are going to be coming this way, maybe one of them looks this way, and then you kind of pinch on this area down here with the duelists and your third man in, and that's probably like I would say a more successful, or likely to be more successful way of doing this, because you can see Thief just ends up in a really bad spot here, right? And ends up dying. But now from this point on, you're going to see Sentinels, they kind of almost become like a little hive mind here, right? Like grouping up together here. Everyone ends up on the site. We got Dog from both sides coming out and stunning people. Zekin manages to hit this shot, and then Sentinels do really well just to kind of clean everything up here as we go back and forth. They stick together, they swarm like a pack, and manage to win the round. Okay, next one here, round number 4, and again, we're gonna get an early duel towards B main.
2 esports, you better pipe down, buddy. We're about to smoke.
What'd they say?
Yeah, the mod G2 account is in the chat.
Smoke him again.
I think we have to lower the amount of time between the maps, maybe. I don't know if it was too long. Chat, was the break time too long between the maps?
So in this one, Sentinels are again going to put up this one-way in B main, but this time they're going to try and defend it a bit heavier, right? We're going to send out the breach stun here from Tenz as well, and then we're going to get Zekken, who's got a judge here, and get him, you know, kind of snuck up by this corner just there. But as you saw, MxS deal with it pretty well. And in general, I don't mind the idea. I think this is perfectly fine to try this. I said in my kind of early, you know, split guide here that if you are doing this one way, you can see it's slightly missed actually, but if you are doing this one way, early in a half, you want to tell them like, we are going to defend this, right? You don't want to condition them as like, oh, this one way is easy to get past. And actually the way that this game went, because MxS was so good at dealing with this kind of stuff, it did end up kind of being MxS feeling like we can take B main whenever we want. This one way isn't you know, doing anything, right? They start off with the dog here. They're going to send out an omen flash just here that doesn't look like it should catch second, but does. And then they're going to send in a raise nade here as well. Just in a second, you can see the kind of paint shells bouncing off the wall there. So Zekken then has to try and retreat, and obviously he gets caught off there just for a second. And maybe this one way being a bit too high actually does cost him his life there. You know, maybe he gets out if that one way is correctly placed. But it's nice from MxS again, but Sentinels again perhaps struggling to, you know, properly hold on to B main.
Yes, but I think you guys did that no matter what. 100%? Okay. Maybe you guys need a shorter break. Please go live faster.
I feel like a boomer now, like when I'm watching Valorant, I'm like, I'm not up to date on everything. Everything's moving so fast for me.
I haven't played in so long.
Yeah.
When was the last time you played?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
This guy actually just quit.
I played a premiere game with Kaide. Like,
Oh my
like a
god.
week ago or something.
That's wild. Good stall from Tenz. Kill from Zelsis above. This is looking good. They got like a triple stack over here. Quad people here. Big Zelsis. Oh my god, Zelsis wants the contract so bad. Holy.
Okay, so as you saw, there was a bit of a pause in the action, but let's come back to when MxS actually, you know, decide to come out of their pause and come back to B, and they're going to come and do this B hit. Now, normally in a 5v4, and this is something we're going to see in another round as well that they do, pausing is perfectly fine, right? Because normally what you'll see, particularly on a map like this, if you get into a 5v4 and you just big time pause, right? As long as someone hasn't like really heavy pushed out, you know, normally what you're going to end up with is a map where 2 people are on one side, 2 people on the other side, and so you can just wait and then, you know, just go for a 5v2, right? Like that is what will happen a lot of the time. The thing is, it doesn't quite happen as expected here, because whilst no one is pushed out, we do have this super deep cam here from JunkQT, right? So JunkQT is able to just sit back here, stay on this cam, and basically just tell them like, yeah, there's no way, like they aren't coming A, right? Because even if they were coming up this way, right, like someone would be out here, you know, a lot of the time. So when they first start to hear any rumblings towards B, these guys again are going to be super fast at getting towards this B site. And so when this exec is about to come in just here, Tenz is, you know, he is the boombot, he goes for his stun. That stun is kind of massive, you know, kind of stops them. And look at where Sentinels are, right? They're almost all here already, just off the back of that, right? So we're gonna get the dash in here from MxS, and they're going to come in onto the site. But again, we're going to go back and forth. See Zelsis manages to get a kill there, kind of floating back in. And now all of Sentinels are here, right? They're all on the site. And, you know, MxS here, they haven't really even managed, you know, they've got that Omen out, but that's it, right? And in a second, just look at this from Sentinels. Now when this Omen runs back this way, it's almost like they're in complete unison, like in sync. Look at that. Look at that, like a hive mind, just all running across back here. And what we end up actually getting is Thief here is going to manage to get a lineup kill just here. And that really is what keeps them in this round, because we end up going 2 for 2 instead of, you know, kind of favoring Sen here. But then we saw as Sassy is going to sneak back around and manage to get the kill just here on Brock. And we end up in this 2v1. And in this 2v1, surely Sentinels will close it out.
Fuck, the lurk is so obvious.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Wait, is it not? Zelsis is on for a 4K.
He's got it. Or he's got...
He saw you. He's gonna wrap around? No way. That's not the play. Okay, he's staying. I don't know. I think he lost. 10 seconds.
10 seconds left.
Hey, where's... Oh my...
Okay, next one here, round number 6. And again, we're going to see some of those early problems for Sentinels in B main.
What do you mean?
And tight pants. You had tight pants and a mask on. Did you post it with Ludwig? The picture of Ludwig? Yeah.
I'm trying to... I gotta start tweeting more so I can get pushed down on my feed.
Yeah, You got it. Do you have Twitter? Mark?
Okay, so let's break this down then. I've paused it and we're starting from right here because you can see that Flyer is about to shoot a snake bite in towards B main. And you saw might have seen it from the previous round that this is something again that MxS were doing. They were saying, you know, with one snake bite here in the choke point, we can take this, right? From the other side though, you're gonna see that Sassy is gonna flash around the corner, and again we're gonna try and hold this, right? With just a flash, we're gonna Omen TP across, as you can see just there. Again, we're gonna put up the one way. So we've ended up in this spot. Now, Zelsis does get hit by the vulnerable right early on, but he gets onto the angle here. They've got the one way, they flashed out, they kind of, you know, have this bit of control. But the problem is gonna come here for me from Sassy, right? Look at how deep he is, okay? And I know that there's probably a snake bite there like right now, but it's probably about to fade. But you're just gonna watch Sassy here is just gonna stay all the way back, right? He's not gonna ever like come up here. And to me, if we're like trying to defend this, right, we got two players, we're committing like, you know, multiple bits of utility. We are trying to defend this space. And if you are trying to defend this space, you have to be up here, right? You have to be playing with Zelsis here. You can't just kind of, you know, sit back here, sit back here, sit back here, and then this dog comes in from MxS, and you still see Sassy is all the way back there, and never once does he think, like, come forward. Now, maybe, you know, and again, Zelsis is a sub player, maybe he's expecting that, you know, their protocol is if, you know, if anything does come in here, you just TP out, right? Maybe that's what it's meant to be. But either way, it's a breakdown between Zelsis and Sassy because you can see just how far off he is. And, you know, Zelsis is kind of, you know, somewhat struggles to run away whilst destroying the dog. He's then going to get Oma flashed, as you can see. He doesn't know whether to fight or not. Sassy's out of here, right? Like, Sassy's already completely out. He's, you know, completely abandoned the fight. And Zelsis ends up dying, and it's all too late.
Monetization. You got to start farming that.
To make money. Texas, excuse me? Oh my god. God. I just want to point out that I didn't do it willingly. I did it to be a man of my word. You watching the game or not?
Not really.
Same.
It's like reading chat.
Chat is so funny, I know. What's Zonk's position in Sentinel? That's a good question. What's your position? You're still on Sentinel, so what's your role?
I mean, I don't have an official role. I just make things happen sometimes. Yeah. I mean, I am a co-owner now.
Well, you're co-owner?
Yeah, from the investment fund.
You invest how much you put in, you say?
I mean, I can.
Don't say it, don't say it. Don't leak, it's okay.
Yeah, the whole 3.4 million we just announced. That was all you. That was all
30
me.
seconds left.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Pull it out of your ass right now, dude. We need something big here, man. Ew. It's the first time I saw him whiff in a minute.
This is not looking great for us.
So let's skip ahead to when things are actually happening and MxS start to come back towards mid. We saw there a big pause call from them. You know, they just sat in here for quite a while. And again, as I said, like, as long as no one is pushed up, what you're going to get a lot of the time is a 2 and a 2. Come back towards mid just here. They actually flash into B main to check that again. The spacing is, you know, almost a little off here. You think Manners maybe a bit far ahead, but they do, you know, they do manage to trade Sassy, I guess. So I guess it's okay. But now Zekken, you know, is kind of just on an island, to be honest, right? He's got pressure coming in from B main. If you heard the flash towards there, he's obviously got pressure coming up towards Heaven just here as well. So he's in a bit of a position, and you know, he has to just try and make a play here. Ultimately, it doesn't quite work out for him with the blast back, with the Omen teleport there as well. And so MxS are, you know, gonna manage to win this round, as Tenz and John QT will just end up saving here. And then final one here, round number 9, where it ends up getting very weird.
Bro, but I don't think he wants. I don't think he's gonna come in.
He's actually jacked as you guys would be surprised.
Guapo's the
That's
blood.
no, but he should do his face reveal on the stream. He could
I
actually
know,
pull up.
he's gonna come tomorrow.
If he's down, he's more than welcome to.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Are you guys down for Guapo's face reveal, chat, on the stream? Sure, man. Someone says sure, man. Sure, man. Why not?
Oh, it's No Nut November now.
Oh, wait. Maybe we shouldn't do it then.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't do it.
He's gonna ruin a lot of people's months.
Okay, so let's get into it. And again, we're going to get the one way and the flash out here early on. And again, you're going to see that by this point, you know, round number 9, at this point, there was just not much respect there shown to Sentinels, right? I mean, Marder, again, they send the snakebite out early, and Marder is just past it straight away, right? We're just in there straight away. Now, here's where this round is obviously going to get a little bit weird. They put up this Viper Orb, and, you know, we're still kind of chilling on the rest of the map for MxS here. These two just decide to walk up into B, and it almost goes too well for them, right? They almost get up here, and then they find this kill, and then it's like, well, guys, we got the B site, but you can see that no one else is, you know, these two are all the way back here. We've got our Omen just chilling and watching for a push out on A. You know, we've got the Spike still down here. So, you know, it's like, hey, guys, we got this, we got the site. yeah, just come around anytime, I guess. And, but now these guys have to, come run, pick up the spike, come all the way back. So it ends up kind of, taking a lot of time. And now you've just got two players kind of just chilling here on the site, getting bombarded with utility. And Matt is just, panicking on 2 HP with a Raise Nade at his feet, right? And you see, look at how fast, again, Sentinels are there. Look at how quick this flood is. Unbelievable, isn't it? Look, they beat these guys by a mile. By an absolute mile, they beat them. And so Sentinels had their troubles in B main, but in terms of flooding in onto B, they were very, very quick and very decisive. And you see straight away here, right? The stun comes in with Sassy swinging around there. You're going to see, some nice utility here with the flash here from Tenz as well, right? Flashing players on both sides get junk utility. Tier kill as well. So it's all really, really nice stuff by Sentinels. But now in a 4v3, can they close it out?
Oh, 4v3. Wait, they actually clawed back here. They stopped the hit. Nice. 50 seconds. Are you guys participating in No Nut November? Like, is that a thing for you or not really? Like, it's like no nut, like for real, Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, we'll see.
Testosterone is important.
I'll keep you updated on my journey. I'll let you.
know. Actually, on second thought, it's okay. You don't have to let me know.
Yeah.
What is this
30
around?
seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Wow.
And if we run this forward from when Junt QT just gets the kill on Flyer there, one thing I really like is that, they settled down. They realize we're in a 4v3. There's no need to, get over aggressive. And obviously they have fast flooded over towards B, so they now need to go and kind of re-clear some of the things going on. They're probably at this point just trusting that, hey, these Cypher trips will hopefully go off if they do come towards A. You see they Skydog out towards mid, don't see anything, right? So that Skydog gives them a lot of info there that, hey, no one's out towards mid. They just kind of stay in their shell, which is absolutely fine. MxS are eventually going to come for this re-hit, and as soon as they get the kind of confirmation that that is what they're doing, we're going to see Tenz with a nice reaction here, just sending in that breachel, and this is just nice from Sentinels, right? The breachel kind of just destroys MxS, and now they're just going to, come up here, find this first kill here. Tenz is swinging. You see these guys as well, all kind of together, ready to swing on this Omen as well, right? Just good stuff in general from Sentinels there, and this kind of, stopping them from coming in. And on the whole here for Sentinels, we did see them have, some problems with B main, but then I thought we saw, as well, these fast floods onto B were generally very successful for them, and, they did a pretty good job in general of making that happen. So whilst there's definitely some things to discuss for them, in general, with especially the first part of defending B, there was some nice things in there as well.